when converting an image for it to be able to be used on AutoCAD, there are a couple of options available. The first being opening up the file on your preferred CAD program, in this case AutoCAD it would be, and then just tracing over the original raster image with the tools that you have in AutoCAD. Now, a lot of people do this. It's not the most optimal conversion solution. It takes a long while, and sometimes the accuracy is a little lacking. Another option is using AutoCAD's Autodesks raster design, which is a raster to vector conversion solution integrated into the Autodesk suite. It automates the design process instead of you having to trace over the original raster image, but a lot of the raster objects in the original floor plan, such as this one, aren't fully recognized by AutoCAD. So what I mean is, if it has raster text like this one, AutoCAD would probably just convert that into just a cluster of polylines instead of an editable text item. As well as these arcs, they probably won't be converted into arcs, but rather polylines that look like arcs. A third option, which is usually a more comprehensive solution compared to the first two, is using a program such as AutoCAD, which has advanced object recognition. So it converts arcs and circles into vector arcs and vector circles, and it has OCR functionality, so it converts these raster text into editable vector text. When you have a raster image open up on AutoCAD here, the first order of business is to click on Clean Raster Image. We want to clean up the image as much as we can. The cleaner the original raster, the better the output vector file it's going to be. So, are there any speckles and holes in the image? You're going to want to click on Remove Speckles and Holes. In the case of this one, the threshold option is already grayed out because it's already a black and white image. But if you have an image that isn't completely black and white, this will be available, and I suggest that you click on it to turn the image black and white. I'm going to click on OK here. Now we can just click on Convert Raster Image here. Choose Vectorize and OCR. Again, we want to use the OCR tool to convert the text in the image. In this newly opened OCR tab here, I'm going to set the maximum character size by clicking on Select from Image. Zooming in on the largest character sizes here. I think it might be the room labels. Zoom in on one and then just click and drag to set the maximum character size. It automatically sets the minimum character size for you. If you have any vertical or angular text, you're going to want to click on these, but this particular floor plan only has horizontal text, so I'm going to leave those unticked. With that, I'm going to click on Run, see what we get. It's a pretty clean conversion, as you can see. If this is the original raster, this is the converted vector. You can go to the Both tab and click on Highlight Vectors to see the converted vector over the original raster, and as you can see, it followed the lines pretty accurately. Some lines need a little bit of work, but for now I think that's okay. I'm going to click on OK here. For example, I want to turn this into an actual arc instead of a cluster of polylines. What I can do is click on the Erase tool here. Just click and drag to erase those. Now you can click on Draw Arc. Click on Snap to Endpoint, so it snaps to endpoints automatically. Click on this endpoint. Click on that endpoint. And then now you can make an arc. So there are a couple of other tools here that you can use to clean up the vector image, but for the most part, I think it would be best to just do all those major edits on AutoCAD. It already saves a lot of time using AutoCAD to convert this original floor plan into a usable vector AutoCAD file. And the last step is just to click on Export on the upper right. Choose the file format that you want to use. By default, it's DXF, which AutoCAD can open. We also have DWG here, specifically for AutoCAD as well. For some reason, if you want to turn it into G-code, we also have that option, but I think I'm going to stick to the default DXF format. And then I'm going to just name my file. And then click on Save. We have a couple of export options here. One thing to note is AutoCAD does have a dark colored background, so if you export this file with dark colored vector lines, it might be hard to see the vector lines on top of the dark colored background of AutoCAD. So what you want to do is click on Convert Black Vectors to White, specifically under AutoCAD compatibility. So it turns all these black vectors into white colored vectors so you can see it more readily on AutoCAD when you open it up. Just click on OK here, and you should be set. So from this original raster floor plan, just a couple of clicks and a couple of tweaks to the settings, and then you get something that you can use on AutoCAD, a vector file such as this one.